So good day, our topic for today is job order costing. This form part of our cost concept and this is part 3 which is also the same as our process costing except that job order costing is for specific product while process costing is for homogeneous products. So our lesson objective for this one is number 1 to define what is job order costing. Number 2, to differentiate job order costing with process costing. And 3, learn how to compute job order costing. So job order costing is a system that takes place when customer orders small or unique batches of product. So meaning if you would take into account these are products that are custom made or specific to the client. So these are homogeneous and can be done by batches. Next, this usually involve different product produced. So for example, if you are into a custom-made furniture, it could be a certain table only or a certain bed that are customized for a specific clients. The unique nature of each order require tracing of cost allocation to each job. So that's why this is called job order because we exactly know what are the expenditure for each job order. So this is different from our process costing because process costing involve similar products that can be done in batches like shampoo. Job order costing is more on specific goods. So example of these are custom-made furnitures. So job order costing has three parts. Number one is the direct material. So direct material are those materials that can directly be identified in the produced. For example, for it, if it's furniture, these are wood, paints, nails, the curving, and so forth. For the direct labor, these are the person or the laborer whose hand has touches the material and convert the raw material into finished product that are readily available for sale or for the clients. So we also have the factory overhead. So these are activities that are not attributable but still needed in the customization or productions of the goods. Like for example, the supervisor, the quality control, the machineries, the lighting, and so forth. But these are also further explained in our cost concept, cost classification. So, what are the purpose of job order costing? So, number one, it control the process so that you would determine each batches, whether this particular job were already done or still in the work in process period. So, it also apply corrected measures so fast or easily apply correct measures because if it's done by batches when one batch was there are some modification that's needed the other batch is not gonna suffer because it was done in separate batches. Next, this measure revenue gain against the expenses incurred because we identify each product and its cost, so it's easily for us to determine whether we gain on this particular batch or not. So it's easily calculate overhead for specific product because calculation of overhead can be done in either applied if it's labor intensive or direct material intensive. That's what we call apply direct labor or in percentage of direct labor or in percentage of direct material or could also be actual. So let's try one example. KKR company manufacture a customized furniture receive a job order 731 and 732 from its client. So purchase of raw materials on account for 135,000. Upon inspection, the raw materials inventory is 80,000. Issued raw material order for use in job order 731 and 732 amounting to 75,000 and 65,000 respectively, and issuance of 20% each for its indirect material use. So, labor time records show that direct labor hour amounted to 12,000 was issued to job order 731 and 10,000 to job order 732 and incurred 5,000 indirect labor distributed equally. On the warehouse, the following labor-related activities were reported and divided among the job order equally. So we have supervisor salary amounting to 5,000, machineries reported cost 10,000 applied factory overhead at 7.75 per direct labor hours. So for this one, we compute first the actual. So our entry would be, take note that the beginning raw material does not require any entry because it's included in our book for the previous year. So our entry would now be the purchase of the raw material. So we debit raw materials, 135,000, and credit accounts payable because it's an account, 135,000. We issue direct material to 731 and to job order 732. So where those issued, it's issued to our work in process. So we debit work in process JO 731 75,000, work in process JO 732 65,000. We also have indirect labor 15,000 for JO 731 and 13,000 for 732. We put overhead so that we know that these are actual, but actually this will be also included in our work in process. So we have overhead or actual overhead JO731 10,000 and overhead JO732 13,000. So we credit raw material 168,000. So if we were asked how much is our ending inventory, then we know that we still have the balance of 47,000 raw materials. Next, for our direct labor, so we have direct labor hour for job order 1 is 12,000. So we put work in process JO 12,000 and then for 732 10,000. So we put work in process JO 732 10,000. We also have the actual overhead. So this include the 5,000 indirect labor that are subdivided equally. So that's 2525 and then we have the supervisor 5,000 and then the 10,000 for the machineries used. So we already have 10,000 actual overhead other than our direct labor. So that's actual overhead 731 10,000 and actual overhead job order 732 10,000. We credit salaries payable for our laborer for indirect labor and for our supervisor and then accumulated depreciation for the machineries used. So this is to record issuance of work in process for direct labor or for conversion costs. So that's for our actual. Now we try applied because we said that overhead can be applied or actual. So for this one, we only have direct material. You see? So direct material issued for 731 is 75,000. We eliminate the indirect labor or the indirect material and indirect labor because we use the applied overhead at the rate of 0.75 per direct labor. So 12,000 times 0.75, that's now 9,000. So job order 731 has a total cost now of 96,000. That will later be transferred to our finished goods or cost of goods sold. For job order 732, we have issued direct material 65,000, direct labor 10,000, applied overhead 75, so the total would now be 82,500. If you would check, the 75 is also 0.75% of 10,000. So our manufacturing overhead, we would now compare the actual, which is 10,000, and then the applied, which is 9,000. So there is an over-under application of overhead by 1,000, which we would later close to our cost of goods sold. Okay? So for job order 731, it's 1,000. For job order 732, it's 2,500. So we debit cost of goods sold 1,000 for job order 731, 2,500 for job order 732. Manufacturing overhead 1,000 for 731 and 2,500 for 732. So this is to record our over and applied that we would later close to our cost of goods sold. Do you have any questions? If you like this video, please help me reach out more people by hitting the subscribe and the like button below. God bless you and always keep safe. If you have any question, please comment below so that I could get back to you. Bye! God bless you.